Hi everybody, and welcome back to Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. And as you can see from the load screen, this is a new session, and I'm here with Darupka again.
Hey, what's up, fellow Beastians? This is your one and only gaming beast.
Alright, and last time we were about to take Altar up on his offer for a taxi ride. Oh, no, not save, sorry, done. And let's ask Altar what's the hold-up.
Hello again, Ultar.
Yep.
I love the standard, responses that he gives, like...
His most splendid and adventurous client.
It's most splendid and adventurous client.
Oh, hey, we haven't asked him about Nijo.
What do you make of that boy in the
Right.
market, Nejo?
Nejo? Ha! Ayub's boy. He's too big for sandals. I speak splendid English and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinitive. I say, I split your head if you stay still. Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious. You should be on cable.
You should be on cable, nice.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
I'm wondering why it's giving us
Yes?
these options, just
What
because
can
we
you tell
didn't
me?
ask him last time, I guess.
Bebop band of the 60s.
No, that's not really...
Which option are you looking for?
Yeah, eternal questions.
Oh no, I guess
See
we...
you around, Ultar.
Oh man, who put the bop in the bop, shoo up, shoo up.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, goddamn, Dwayne's in the way.
Dwayne's in the way.
Yeah. I'm supposed to... Wait.
Man, I don't know if you ever played the first game from Revolution, Lure of the Temptress.
I played it for like 5 minutes and then gave up. That's a bit of a difficult one. It is a point-and-click adventure game, but it's kind of more like RPG-esque, isn't it? A little bit.
Not really. It's
Okay, well, I didn't play it
point-and-click
for very
adventure.
long, so I'm...
The only difference is that one thing that they did is that all the NPCs, so all the other characters you gotta talk to, they move around a lot.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I had to actually check some hints and stuff to play it through, and there was one part that was kind of bugged, and it was bugged pretty bad. So I had the right solution because it was one of those games where you had two characters and they didn't have it quite right. However, I did like the setting and the story. It was like a very typical fantasy story, and there's like two sections where there's a little fighting mini game. Kind of like similar to what they have in Indiana Jones. I've been playing that game.
You mean Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis?
Well, there's also I'm playing right now the one that came before the
Last Crusade. So it had
Last
a
Crusade.
it had a fighting mechanic as well.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It basically but I wouldn't call it. That's why an RPG. It's still an adventure game.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, like I said, I played it for like 5 minutes, so how would I know it? Okay, I think he said.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what's going on. Like maybe he said at the end of the last episode that his truck's not working. So I'm assuming that we just gotta give him the towel to fix the fan belt.
Is this any use to you?
Yeah.
My friend, the very thing.
Right.
It's been a while since we recorded the last session as well, so I don't remember everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's been in the interim between these episodes, Darupka actually played Broken Sword 3.
I did. Yeah.
So, what did you think of it?
Normally done with stocking.
I did enjoy it. I think the story was pretty cool, and of course the graphics are a bit dated, but for the time they looked pretty sweet, and they still look pretty good. Like I like the designs and everything.
Oh yeah.
Come along, my friend.
How did you feel
minor-
about the
You want to
gameplay?
see the
Because it was
bullhead?
keyboard based.
Yes.
The tank controls kind of annoyed me. It's like not the old school tank
Well,
controls that are really bad.
It's not
more
really. Well, it wasn't really tank control. It was more like.
Yeah, you push in the direction that you.
Yeah, it's camera relative. It's camera relative to walking, which is not the same. Tank control means character relative, so meaning that when you press left or right, the character turns left or right.
Okay,
and then pressing up.
true,
Yeah,
true.
That's the technical. Sorry, just a technical thing. Grim Fandango had tank controls, but yeah, that game. And I will admit that way of walking, the camera relative walking, is really annoying. And you can tell that it was like made with the consoles in mind that would have an analog stick.
That's the thing is with the third game, I believe, since that was released on, I think, PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
it was kind of, they were trying to pander to the console gamers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one thing I found really bad was that it felt to me where they were trying to pander to them, and that's why they added also all these stealth parts where you got to sneak around, and I really disliked those. And
you didn't like the stealth parts.
Well,
Yeah.
they were just I found, I'm not against stealth parts in games or stealth games in general. I just felt like some of them were just because the controls at times were just annoying.
Yeah.
And also like I found them annoying because I thought there was too many. Because to me, an adventure game, like, I'm not against having stealth parts, but I'm more a fan of traditional adventure games. So I have installed already the fourth one, so I'm curious of what they do there. I don't know which one is the black sheep. Is it the fourth one?
The fourth one was the really bad one. Yeah, but and the third one does get a lot of crap for that thing, like what you mentioned about the stealth controls. And I will admit that some of the stealth parts were kind of bullshit. Some of them were just kind of easy, like you didn't even have to try very hard. Like,
yeah, some of them,
yeah.
either they're really easy or they're like, oh god, I gotta like suffer through them. Like you can do them,
Yeah.
but it's like, it takes a while.
And but I kind of see also why they did that, because
Maybe not.
I think because the game is in 3D, and I think that game at least did like it made a valiant effort to kind of make
could
most
see
of the
that
fact that it
point
was
like a
in
good
3D.
anchor point.
Whereas I think with a lot of 3D adventure games, the big problem is that they're made in 3D, but then they just emulate what the traditional control scheme for a 2D adventure game is. And there's, if you want to do that, that's fine, but then why make the game in 3D? That's always kind of been my point. That's actually why Gabriel Knight 3, I feel, is kind of one of the few actually like true 3D adventure games, in the sense that it actually uses the fact that the environment is in 3D to its advantage. So
That's a good point, but I would disagree because for me, like, I don't want to worry about moving my character around.
No. I'm not saying I'm not defending it. I'm not saying like that makes the stealth parts any better. I'm just saying like they made a valiant effort with that to do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I will say
How
that
did you feel about the voice acting? I'm curious.
It's pretty good. I like that the same voice actor for George returned, so there's some continuity and it works well. And the other people that they had worked well too.
Yeah. It was a little.
There's some people returning from the first game. I enjoyed that, like the Russian guy and now he's like a good guy. I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, the characters. That's Bruno. Bruno, he's the guy we talked to in the lobby at the of Hotel Ubu. Yeah. Sadly, none of the voice actors came back, but yeah.
There was a lot of references to the first two games, especially the first one.
Yeah. That's the thing I kind of
idea of
really like
putting my
about
hand in there.
the Sleeping Dragon is
But
that
there
it actually
was
is a
something
direct
in there,
sequel to this
a
game.
metal ring,
That
as
everything
wide as
that
my
you do in that
hand.
game kind of relates back to what happened in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the fact that there's like Senior Sorrow, who's the main villain, at least for the most part of the game, and then that there is this factional split within the Neo-Templars that happens after the finale of this game. Yeah.
If anybody's watching this hasn't played the game, so a bunch of
spoiler
spoilers.
alert, I suppose.
Well, it's an old game, so.
Oh
you know.
yeah. And one thing I really appreciated was the fact that it kind of explained what the whole dealio was with the finale. We knew that the Sword of Baphomet was somehow important to the Templars, and if you remember the finale, that there's the big statue and the two pillars, and it gives like powers or something to the Grandmaster.
It never defined it. Is
Yeah.
this like ancient technology? Is this magic? What the hell is this?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then they, like, in the third game said, like, oh yeah, it's ley lines, and it's like got dragon powers running through it.
Well, they say it's ancient technology, but by the end of the game, come on, fucking, like, the game turns into He-Man. Like, I was kind of... Seriously, I mean, like, the guy, when he gets the... And yes, spoiler alert, so... The guy gets his unlimited power. He becomes like a fucking dragon, and then fucking George falls into a crevice, and oh, there's the grave of King Arthur and Excalibur, and then I have the power, and now we're fighting a dragon. So.
Did you not love the idea that it's like Saint George and the dragon, basically? So
Exactly. Yes, of course it's Saint George and the dragon, and it was pretty cool because basically it applies that Saint George did kill the dragon, and there's always somebody trying to get the powers in like every millennium or whatever, every so and so many thousands of years or hundreds of years, a hero needs to defeat the dragon.
Oh yeah.
So I enjoyed that, but I was just joking about the He-Man thing because you know he lifted the sword and he's like a blonde guy, so I was like, So of course I'm thinking like maybe George is like an ancestor or like a since He-Man is technically in the future.
Yeah, I forgot the thing, but George kind of looks a bit rugged and a bit more. It does look a little bit muscly. Not that much, but a little bit more. Like
he became like a bro. Like he like worked out. Like like I work out more and stuff. Yeah. And he's kind of like a permanent 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, like pushing all these boxes, if he wouldn't have been buffed, like and jumping around and everything, it's like Jesus Christ. Like he really needed to work out.
Oh yeah. And the climbing mechanics, that's another weird thing, is like, when you stop to really think about it, the game didn't really need it, but again, I think that was an effort by Revolution to try to make...
I didn't mind those.
Yeah, I like the fact, especially the part where you climb around the castle, because it looks so magnificent. So it's basically, and then you realize, oh, that's exactly why that part is there, just so to show it off. Because,
obviously, yeah. It's like, look, I felt like a lot of the parts of the game was, look, we worked on this 3D engine, and on the box puzzles, and on the climbing, and the animations, and damn it, you're gonna use it a lot in the game.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of a missed opportunity. I think they could have made like a bit of an obstacle course out of it, where you could have died if you fell off or something like that. But no, you can't. You can't even let go.
I think that's kind of because I tried to, but it didn't even give the option, and I felt like.
I tried to kill myself. I failed. Oh, that's kind of dark. Sorry. Okay, but hey, speaking of dark, we need to go into this cave now. I'm waiting because this is kind of
George is waiting.
This is the literal and figurative Indiana Jones moment of the game, I think.
Yeah.
Because you remember Klausner.
Yeah.
Found the corpse.
Yeah.
And there's the literal.
Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time.
Large as life and twice as dead.
Oh yeah, I used this clip in my Broken Sword review like a long time ago. Because,
oh man, no!
Because it perfectly.
The door had slammed shut.
Because this is what this demonstrates what I love about Broken Sword games is the narration. There's the Baphomet statue.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue.
Oh, that line. Other than to scare small children, reminds me of another thing. I don't want to go into it right now because it's not relevant.
A stone head.
I was trying to look at it.
Bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. Sure was an ugly one, though.
All right. And then
without getting too close, I couldn't see any marks of violence. Apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted.
Yeah, this is a pretty friggin' dark part of the game where you
but he was
discover that he had that basically he starved to death in this cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder where that light is coming from. Like, there must be like a hole in the ceiling, but it must have not been big enough for him to climb through.
Well, it's simply so he can see stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that friggin'. A little while ago, I rewatched Fellowship of the Rings, and I love that movie, but friggin', you know what part that really, like, grinds my gears?
I rewatched that too, actually, just yesterday with my brother.
Yeah, the thing that really grinds my gears is like when they're really deep into Moria, and they find the tomb of the of Balin, and there's the hole with the light coming through, and I'm thinking like, dude, that's daylight. Why aren't you just start climbing that hole up when they're being sieged by the orcs?
Well, I guess it wasn't that easy to climb up that hole.
Yeah.
Especially when they are like being like attacked by a troll and the orcs. So
yeah, and it's supposed to be like a totally visual thing, just so that there's a little bit of light. So when Gimli has his like dramatic moment, he runs into.
Well, to be fair, most of the times the light is pretty well explained. It's Gandalf's staff, so.
Yeah, but in that scene, it didn't. It was it was coming out. Okay.
All right. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the
we needed that in the month as well.
And
I made a little update. I don't think I put it on Twitter, but I did put it on Facebook on how I noticed how there wasn't as much like digital color correction in that movie as there is in the sequels. And I kind of like that, honestly. It made everything look much more natural than...
You mean with Fellowship?
Yeah, with Fellowship. Like,
yeah.
It did use the digital color correction from time to time, but then it kind of started inadvertently like a big move in the movie industry where nowadays every friggin' movie has digital color correction. And I kind of miss like movies from before that era where you could actually like tell what the color of everything was in films.
I agree. Everything is the filters. Like something that bugged me is a lot of the Zack Snyder films where at least, especially the DC films, where with Batman, like for example, Man of Steel, where everything is like color hued, like down.
Yeah.
Where everything needs to look like really dark.
Yeah, you could argue in that case at least it's like a stylistic choice, but they do that for every movie now, so that really gets on my nerves.
Yeah, like he would do this a lot. Like if you look at TheHande, it's also like fucking filter off, you know.
Okay,
however,
guess who's coming in?
Don't come in!
Oh yeah.
It's a trap! Stay where you are!
I love that scene where he's... It's Khan!
Hello,
yeah, Khan!
Khan!
We
meet in the most unusual places.
Yeah, but that part where George was yelling, I think you can clearly tell like they just recorded the voiceover of this like in the Revolution, like, you know, coffee room or something. You can hear the sort of like you know, the kind of echo that you would get in a room like that. I suppose I suppose it's okay because he's in a cave, so.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like a cave.
Yeah,
know?
maybe,
like,
yeah.
A cave is not as insulated as a room, you know, so...
So this was before, in an era before Revolution had a sound studio, I suppose.
Well, this was like their first game where they used... Well, that's not true. Beneath the Steel Sky, they
Beneath the Steel Sky used that too, and I think the sound technology, like, it didn't pick up the, like, the reverb from, like, furniture and things the same way. So I think they thought that they would get away with it, and then they realized, like, oh, you can totally hear that it's been recorded, like, in the...
Well, it's a budget. It's a budget thing.
You know, and then for the second game, they got a proper recording studio, and you can clearly hear it in the audio quality.
Yeah, it's a budget thing, so...
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay, time for
And now the buzzer is gonna come in handy, finally. Like, I remember I was trying to use the buzzer on everyone, and everybody said, oh, it's a practical joke, and whatever.
Yeah. You can use it on the little kid in Ireland. It works, but...
Oh, that's true,
am I remembering correctly, but isn't Nijo too smart for that? Oh, can we save the game here? No, we can't. I would have wanted to have shown the death. But I suppose.
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word.
I love how it's little Angel George and Devil George.
Yeah, I love the little icons.
Dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in his trap. You were shouting.
I actually do prefer this. Not to say I don't like the LucasArts way of doing it, which was that they had the well, almost not all the games, but most of the games they actually spelled out the line of dialogue before the character would say it.
Yeah,
but, and And that's but I do like the fact that it's the picture, so you don't have to anticipate. Because usually what happens, you read all the lines, and then you click the line, and then he says it again, and it creates a bit of a repetition loop, kind of unnecessarily. The only games that don't do that from the LucasArts, I think, are Sam and Max, and then the Dig. They also use like little icons as well.
Sam and Max, I'm actually just playing that at the moment. I've been playing a lot of adventure games, especially LucasArts ones.
Oh, yeah.
So Sam and Max, I like because they started not using the old scum way where it's like the text, where they went with the most modern, where it's like you cycle through the different symbols, what to do. And talking, there's like, I remember there's no options with talking, at least as far as I got so far, so.
Oh, yeah. I kind of got tired of the Sam and Max interface, but it does, actually, one way to do it, if you can be bothered to learn, is like what all the, if you use the keyboard shortcuts, because they work on all the LucasArts adventure games. Like that way you can actually like make it easy. I don't like the cycling. I personally don't like the cycling thing.
It's still a scum engine.
There is one bit, and this was really, really funny. They did it a couple of times in Monkey Island where you had a bunch of like different dialogue options, and then regardless of what you click, Guybrush always says like one thing. Like it's like in the third game. When the voodoo lady offers you to show pictures of the voodoo kids.
No spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. It's just a really funny gag in it. The voodoo lady offers to show pictures of the little voodoo kids, and there's like 5 different options for no that are like really rude. Like I can't think of anything I would want to do less, and things like that. But regardless of what you click, Guybrush just says perhaps later.
Okay.
And I think there's a similar joke in Monkey Island 2, and then they brought it back for the Tales of Monkey Island in the very first chapter when there's a guy who you're talking to called David Nipperkin, and he's like interviewing Guybrush for the newspaper. And regardless of what you say, he always cuts you off, so you don't never actually get to say the line that you chose. And I remember there were some people who I suppose had not played the previous Monkey Island games. They were coming on to like Monkey Island forums, and they were kind of confused. Like, is there a bug in the game? Like, Guybrush is not saying the lines I'm saying when clicking, and they didn't realize like it's a callback to a gag that was in the previous games.
Right.
Okay, I completely forgot what he asked, but let's just be good and.
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
What is to stop me killing you anyway?
You might hit the lens.
Not if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes.
George is such a smartass.
You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobart. Perhaps you will live to see another day. Perhaps. Was there anything else?
Skype is saying that there's an internet connection problem. I hope it's not going to crash.
Okay. All right.
It's still going apparently, so.
Okay. Well, let's hope it doesn't crash. But I'm about to. This is, I think, the last thing we say, and then we have to use the ham buzzer.
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
What did it say?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well,
And now I just love it that as we're talking, the cave entrance just stays open.
What's that about?
It tells me where the
Yeah, well.
vomit lies.
Yeah, maybe Khan jammed the
Mr.
system.
Stobart, I am sure that
Yeah.
He was smart enough to do that. George wasn't.
A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize. I cannot risk you inadvertently helping my enemies.
So what are you going to do?
I regret that we must end this here.
Oh yeah, there is one last
What
choice
exactly
to make.
do you mean?
I am a
But the other one's instant death, isn't it?
You will feel no
When he asks you, do
Pretty
you want to
much,
die like
yeah.
a man or a dog? Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
kill me?
Your only choice
If you choose
now
like a
is whether you
dog,
die like a man.
George tries to run away and he shoots you.
Yep.
It's a little dog George icon there. Looks so pathetic. Okay, but
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobart. A rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
a rare breed. Enough with the dog jokes already.
Well, what the heck? It was a long way down. Below, I could see Ultar's truck.
Yeah. Too bad I forgot to save, so we can't get the, And then you can go for the gun, but he'll shoot you.
Yeah, I tried actually going for the gun, but
Yeah, it's been a while since I died in that part, but I believe those are what happened. If you keep lying to Khan too much, he shoots you. If you choose to die like a dog, he shoots you. And if you go for the gun after you shocked him, he'll shoot you.
there's like only one way. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, adventure games. The root of all adventure games is the choose your own adventure style books. So
Yeah, there's one part you can lie to him and it won't instantly kill George, but I think he kind of pressures you into telling the truth eventually.
A lot more.
If you keep being like not dealing honestly with him, he'll shoot you.
own.
yeah.
Okay.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Oh, I suppose the only thing we can do is go to Montfaucon.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the end of the episode, actually. It's funny, we did so little progress, we just kept talking all over that. But hey, next time we go to Montfaucon, and we'll start again from where we always start the episodes, right here in front of Nico's place. So see you then.
See you then.